Changing some steering parts on a 2006 John Deere LA110. All steering sector gear, and this gear, as you can see, it's kind of wore down some. And then this is a little wore too. So I'm ordering a whole kit that comes with this sector gear thing. Then the pinion gear. Then it comes with a couple bushings, one for here and one for up here where the steering wheel shaft comes down and goes through that. And then this goes on the end of the steering wheel shaft. And this takes that's on here, goes up here like that. And then there's a 19 millimeter nut you have to take off to get that off. And then I just took a screwdriver and pried down on it a little bit and it come off. Kind of easy. But I just took this whole plate, goes up here like this. And it's got 2 on each side, 10 millimeter head bolts. That takes that off, but you also have to pull this rod out right here. There's a little locking type clip thing that I just pounded this right off when the clip came right off. But it goes through right here for your forward and reverse pedals. Then I'm also going to change the transmission drive belt on it because I just noticed that it's almost ready to break. So in order to change that, you have to take all this stuff off anyway. So I'm just going to do it all at once. But I believe in order to change that, there's this bracket here. I can't really see what the bolts are on it yet. Not that far, but probably a couple bolts to get that off. Then you can get the belt off from your pulley here. And then it just runs back. Probably while you're doing that, make sure you have no play in your plastic idler pulleys there. And then it goes on to a pulley on the transmission back there. Shouldn't be too hard to change. Oh, then also got your tie rods that go in here. I got let's see here, my fingers at 15 millimeter wrench I got on that, and then a 17 millimeter socket up on top here, one on both sides. You got to take off, which is easier to get to once you drop this plate down. Then you also got, well, once you get the plate off, there's a nut and bolt. Nut on top and then the bolts on the bottom to take this gear off. So I discovered too, you have to take off these two idler pulleys. 15 millimeter socket to loosen them both up, take them off. Then you also have to take off this pulley off the bottom of the engine to get the belt off. It's too tight to get off in the front or back without doing that. And in order to get that belt off, you take one of the engine mount. Well, I probably wouldn't have had to take this off if I would have known I had to take the pulley off first. So, but if you do have to, it's 15 millimeter bolt on the front engine mount bolts. You have to loosen up. I took one right out, but I don't think you'll have to do that once you pull this pulley off. But I suggest if you have to change your steering stuff, make sure you look your belt over real good, because you have to take all this stuff back apart, you know, all the steering stuff back apart in order to get this belt off. So